And that was it for our episode of today about the Museum of Islamic Art, guys. So this is the main entrance and the main exit. Like I told you the time I visited this area, they were not like allowing people to go inside, and because of the situation in Qatar. So now this is how the place looks like. These are among the among the many places that you need to go and check out for real. You need to go and check out. They really look nice, depending on your time of convenience. So up front there is the main entrance. Bye bye for now, Islamic Museum, Museum of Islamic Art. Yes, bye bye for now. We will catch up later. And at the gate right here, there are other things that you'll be able to see, just like across. When you look in front there, this is the signboard for you to show you the directions. And up front there is the Ministry of Baladia, that is I think Ministry of Environment. There's a bank here, that's QNB. Bicycles, in case you need to move around if you're tired of walking. Yes, a very nice looking feature in the area, this fountain. Yes, many people who come around Corniche, believe me, it's very hard for you not to take pictures of this or record. So believe me, I am one of those people who had to, because these are really good features that you will notice in the area, and you can't fail to record. Clear water, with that blue color. That is the front area before you access the Museum of Islamic Art. And there's a place for you who like to do a scooter, scooter riding, bicycle riding, running around. This place is also nice for you because it is quite long and it stretches across, so it's quite good for you. You can access it. You go for joggings. It's really good. And this point, you see the water level, of course, it had reduced, or it was reducing since summer is approaching, but it's quite clear. See, with these the boats, most of the boats here that you see, they use them like on mostly like weekends. People come around and you pay a fee, I think around maybe 15 riyal, 10-15, I'm not sure, I've never used them, but I just hear people use them, and they drive you around that water. As you listen to music, you enjoy, you have a good time. If you have friends, well, I'm not a person who may to be willing to go for that ride, but in case you're willing to have a ride, Yeah, most times it's the weekends, Fridays and Saturdays, when people come around, and yeah, they hop on these boats. Yeah, you sail around, and you capture very beautiful moments. Yes. If I may call it that way. There are so many. There are so many of them here. And also they represent, I think, the history of the country. Initially, in the earlier years, they say that there used to be fishermongers. So this is part of the culture and the beauty that you'll be able to notice around in this area. Yeah, at night you see them lighting up, with some, I think, disco lights. Yes. Yeah, this is the stretch of Corniche. It's quite a long stretch. If you have so happened to have seen my older videos, starting from that side of the museum, though I didn't enter there, opposite the museum, then come to the Flag Plaza, Mina, head to Mia Park, then this is outside as we are heading this side. Yeah, the place was looking so quite calm. The temperatures were a little bit low, and yeah, not like summer, because summer walking around this place in the sun, it's not easy. You can only come either very early in the morning, or you come around the later evenings. Yes, but in the midday, in the summer, it's quite a challenge. Yeah, there's a lot of heat, a lot of sun, and they don't advise it anyway to move during the hot hours. They don't advise it, so it's quite dangerous for your health too. And of course, the things you will not miss, you see up front there, that is one of the famous mosques in Qatar here. So when you're here in the evening, it's the best view ever that you'll ever have, because you'll be able to see how that mosque looks like with the lights. Yeah, it's a very good looking one. Across there, of course, that is Doha. Yeah. Also, the city comes alive at night, in the evening hours, the lights. Every building shows a different feature, a different look, depending on the lights that are, the colors and all that. So that's how it is. So yeah, that's how it is, guys. That is Doha for you. The water is crispy clear. You can be able to see. I was able to notice some crabs. I have never seen alive crabs. Okay, you can see in supermarkets, they are in those buckets and freezers, maybe with ice. But in these areas, even that side of Mina, you will be able to notice some crabs. Yeah, but though they are very small, you'll be able to see them. That building you see right in front of you here, that building, it's where the other boats that lead you to Banana Island, like, they park around in the area. So I think this is also like an office or the entry point for you if you want to go to Banana Island. Yeah, all the staffs who work there, believe me, they use those boats. Yeah, if you are a visitor, you are a tourist, you are a staff in any department, that is the first place you'll reach up to, and then you head to Banana Island. Yeah. Okay. Yes, that is the building. That is the main entrance. Yeah, if you want to head to Banana Island. I've never been there. I don't know if I'll ever go there. Who knows? Maybe a certain time T. I may have to think about it. Yeah. And I fix it in my schedule. Maybe I pay it a visit and look around. Here is another really eye-catching piece of art, if I may call it that way. It is a fountain, but the way it was designed, guys, it's really nice. So this is like how do you call them? Oysters, I guess. Yes, but it was, you know, it's a fountain designed into like an image of oyster, like when you have opened an oyster and that marble like thing you meet in the middle, or you see that's, I don't know if they are called pearls, I think so. Yeah, this is a fountain, and it really looks nice. This is one also of one of the pieces that you will see in the area, and they are very hard to miss, and in the evening times, oh man, like in the night time, evening times mostly, when the sun goes down, you know, there are some lights here, you know, they bring out, you know, the other side of it, you know, the beauty of this place. So yeah, these places, they are both good to visit during day and during night, or during evening hours when the sun goes down. Yeah, here is another signboard for you. It will be able to direct you wherever you are heading, or wherever you wish to head to. Of course, these are personal bicycles, guys. If you have a locker or a lock or a padlock of a bicycle, yeah, if you happen to come here when you're jogging, when you're tired, when you come for fishing, yeah, this area you can be able to lock your bike there. No one will touch it. Yes, nobody will ever touch your bicycle. Yes. Yeah, the place looks the way you see it here, guys. Very calm, you know, those the breeze, the wind, you know, the cool breeze, you know, the smell of the sea, by the way. I had forgotten about that one. The smell of the sea. I have never tasted this water, I don't know if naturally it is salty like the way they say, like water from the sea is salty. I have never tasted it. Yeah, maybe I will taste it sometime, then I'll be able to give you my, my discovery. So this is the part of the water that is connected to the sea. Yeah, but not the one here. I cannot taste the the one here. The one here, no. Maybe in some other parts. Yeah, I happened to access this area just to have a clear glance of what is inside there. It's not allowed, guys, to you to come and exceed this area. It's only the people who work in this area, yeah, the ones who are authorized, so don't take any risk. Some of these places, they tend to be shallow, but at the same time they are muddy, so they have mud, so you might slip and maybe fall down there, and then the mud might be able to grab your feet. Yeah, so it's not mostly like children who always run around without their parents noticing, so that one should be on the lookout. Yeah, because it's not a place for just coming and then like small children playing and running. They like riding those scooters very fast, with all their freedom here. They are very kind of crazy, if I might say that way. When you're a kid, you cannot be able to notice that maybe something is a risk. So yeah, only the people who work here, they are the ones who go beyond this point where I was, because I can do otherwise maybe, but still I will need to be like, unless I go for fishing. But still there are those other places that are safe where you go for fishing, where there's that much water, and then you are standing on an elevated area, then you throw in your hook and then you do your thing. Yeah, so I'm just showing you around, guys. This is Qatar. This is Corniche. This place is famous. Yes, these are the points where everyone has to know if they are in Qatar, unless they are not staying around Doha and they don't work within Doha. Maybe they stay in other municipalities and they don't come around Doha, or they don't use these roads that are leading to Doha. Yeah, just like I have an OB. He used to stay in Dukan. I don't know if he's still in Qatar. He used to stay in Dukan, and he happened to also work from that side of Dukan. So from the time he came to Qatar, his company, the accommodation where they were staying, and his working schedule and the location, they are all that side. So he used to tell me, "Oh, Alan, I wish I could come to Doha, but whenever I get my off day, I am so tired, I just want to rest." But even coming from Dukan, it's quite very far. Those of you who know Qatar, it's very far. You need like to use the buses, and those buses still, they delay you on the road since they move you in different areas. And using a taxi, whew, boy, I don't know how much they could charge you. So yeah, like I was telling you, he had never got that chance, to come around these places of Doha. Yeah, so that was so unfortunate for him. So what you see right here in front of you, that is the Amir Dewan. Yes, most of you also know this place. Then behind it there is Sherab downtown MDD. Yeah, just behind this area there's Sherab projects, that is Sherab downtown. Yeah, across there those other buildings you see, and then here you see the other is Souk Waqif. Yeah, from Souk Waqif, then on the right as you come this side before you reach the Emir Diwan, you'll find Sherab downtown. Yeah, I'll be visiting that place soon. I don't know when. I'll be checking my working schedule. Yeah, I'll be able to visit it also and check it out. So the directions, of course guys, you'll be able to have directions in your areas. I don't know, can somebody get lost in Qatar? I don't think so. Believe me, even if you take a certain road, their signboards will be showing you when you proceed this side and this side, you'll be able to meet this road. This road is leading to this area. So yeah, I don't think you can be able to get lost. Yeah, by there, someone on foot cannot easily get lost because you stand, you pause, you look around, you see the area. Me, whenever I find myself like I'm trying to get lost, I pause a little bit. In my mind, I'm like, anyway, let it look like an adventure. Yeah, so I be like, I'm trying to find out new things, in a new area where I've never been, as well as trying to observe where I could head to next, or where if I could maybe turn my back and go back where I'm coming from, but also as well as observing the area. It turns out to be like a tour for me. So I don't know for you guys, but when I find myself in a new area and I feel like I'm lost, I try to make my mind think like maybe I am touring the place, so such that I don't have that feeling, of getting lost. Yeah. So I don't think anyone can get lost anyway in Qatar here. This is nearly impossible. Yeah. So, of course, now this area where I'm taking you next is just opposite the Emir Diwan that you see right here. This area is another area also known as the Flag Plaza. The Flag Plazas were two in Qatar, and this one here, it was for the countries that qualified for World Cup. Yes, you'll be able to see what is there. So we have the Flag Plaza down there next to the museum. I think that is for the countries, I think 119 countries. Yeah, that like working maybe with Qatar or something like that. And then this one right here, it is the historical site for the flags that represented the countries which came here during World Cup. So all the flags that were put in this area on the poles that you'll see here, they are the countries that came here during World Cup. It was a very different atmosphere, guys. I'm telling you, it was quite different. The vibe was different. Meeting the people, new people, like all over the whole world. I happened to move outside at this particular time with my friends, and we met so many people from different countries. South Americans, even Africans. We met so many people. Everyone seemed to be happy. Like, it was in my own experience, to be honest, it was one of my best, moments in life. Going out, meeting different people, just saying hi. People holding their country flags, like, the jazzes. It was a different vibe. Those of you who were here, believe me, you still live in that moment. So I have some pictures, yeah, with my colleagues, and yeah, you know, when we went out that day, it was so nice. We walked all Corniche side. I remember coming from Qatar and Lusail, then we came out from this Corniche metro station and we came to this area. There were so many people and it was around night time. I think it was almost 10 p.m. in the night, you know. It was quite a different vibe. Yes, this is a historical site. You see it right here, guys. FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022. Man, it feels like yesterday, but yeah, I thank God I was here during that time and I was able to witness the history. By the way, I also happened to watch one match. Yes, I happened to watch one match between Qatar and Netherlands. Yeah, that was in the Al Bayt Stadium in Al Khor. Yes, I saw very many stars, you know, that we always see on TV. I was able to see them like live, you know, the Van Dijks, Nathan Aki, Memphis Depay, Dali Blin, their coach, I think it was, who was their coach by then? Oh, this other guy, I've forgotten his name. And yeah, Wade Horst, you know, that guy, that striker. Yeah, with these other guys of, well, it's hard to explain, guys. So these things are the ones that are still showing the history, you know, the clock and all that. The countdown was that one that you've just seen. Okay, guys, that's all I had for you for today. See you in the next one.